Welcome back to Coins News Daily, where real numismatic truth meets dramatic discovery, and in this episode you will uncover why the 1942 no-mint mark Mercury Dime from Philadelphia is not just another old silver coin, but one of the most desirable and aggressively hunted dimes in American coin collecting history. This coin was struck during the height of World War II, a moment when America was reshaping its economy, its metal supply, and its national identity, and the Mercury Dime was already a symbol of freedom, thought, and strength, even though the design actually features liberty wearing a winged cap that represents liberty of mind. The 1942 Mercury Dime without a mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally used no mint mark at all, and this specific issue was struck in massive numbers. Yet true rarity does not come from mintage alone, it comes from condition, strike quality, varieties, and errors that separate common coins from legendary ones. Let us talk specifications, because real coin knowledge always starts with facts, and this dime weighs approximately 2.5 grams, contains 90% silver and 10% copper, and has a diameter of approximately 17.9 millimeters, making it small in size but enormous in historical and financial impact. The front of the coin shows liberty with sharp wing details on the cap, and the back features a fasces with an olive branch, symbolizing military strength balanced by peace, and collectors look very closely at the horizontal bands on the fasces, because this is where value can multiply dramatically. One of the most important value drivers for the 1942 no-mint mark Mercury Dime is the full bands designation, which means the central horizontal bands on the reverse are fully separated and sharply struck, a detail that most coins from this year simply do not show. Another major reason this coin can be extremely valuable is the famous 1942 over 1941 variety, where traces of the earlier date can be seen beneath the 1942 numerals, and this dramatic minting mistake is one of the most desirable Mercury Dime errors ever discovered. Collectors also hunt for off-center strikes, clipped planchets, double dies, and lamination errors, all of which can push the value far beyond standard silver prices and into serious collector investment territory. Now let us talk about the real market truth, because condition is everything, and a worn 1942 no-mint mark Mercury Dime may only be worth its silver value, but in mint state condition with strong details, values rise rapidly and competitively. A certified mint state example with full bands has sold at major United States auction houses for prices exceeding $50,000, and one of the highest verified auction prices reached approximately $70,000 when graded at an elite level. The extreme high estimated price for a flawless, perfectly struck, top population example with full bands is projected by experts to approach $100,000 if market demand continues to grow. Error coin values vary widely, but a confirmed overdate or dramatic mint error example can realistically sell between $5,000 and $25,000 depending on eye appeal and certification. This is why professional grading is not optional, because third-party grading services authenticate the coin, protect buyers and sellers, and unlock access to premium auction platforms where serious money is paid. If you believe you have a valuable 1942 Mercury Dime, look closely under strong lighting, examine the bands, inspect the date for doubling or overdate traces, weigh the coin accurately, and never clean it, because cleaning destroys value instantly. When it comes time to sell, trusted United States marketplaces include Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, Great Collections, and reputable online platforms like certified listings on eBay, where graded coins command far higher prices. The Mercury Dime series remains one of the most emotionally collected and historically respected coin designs in American history, and demand continues to rise as collectors compete for top condition survivors. This is the real truth about the 1942 no-mint mark Mercury Dime, a coin that proves rarity is not always obvious, and fortune often hides in plain sight. Today you will discover the full story behind the Roosevelt Dime 1965 with S mint mark, one of the most controversial and talked about modern United States coins ever whispered about among elite collectors. To understand the value, you must first understand the history, because 1965 was the year the United States Mint removed silver from circulating dimes, quarters, and half dollars, and it was also the year the mint officially stopped using mint marks on all regular coinage to discourage hoarding during the coin shortage. That single fact is why a 1965 dime with an S mint mark is considered extraordinary, because San Francisco was striking special mint set coins at that time, and none were intended to carry mint marks, meaning any genuine S mint mark on a 1965 dime would represent a pattern coin, experimental strike, or an undocumented mint error of the highest level. Let us talk about the physical specifications. Because knowledge protects you from fakes, and a genuine 1965 Roosevelt dime must weigh approximately 2.27 grams, have a diameter of 17.91 millimeters, and be composed of a copper-nickel clad structure with a pure copper core visible on the edge. When hunting for a potential rarity, you must inspect the obverse closely under magnification, focusing on the area to the right of the torch on the reverse, because any S mint mark must appear raised, sharply defined, and perfectly aligned, never etched, glued, or punched, as altered coins are extremely common in this category. Now let us talk about errors that increase value dramatically, including off-center strikes, broad strikes, missing clad layers, double die obverse details on the lettering, and special mint set style surfaces with satin or proof-like fields. Because these features separate ordinary coins from auction-worthy examples, the real truth about rarity is this: confirmed. Authentic 1965 dimes with an original S mint mark are either unknown or extremely limited to experimental or pattern status, which is why collectors will pay staggering prices if professional grading services authenticate one as genuine. This is where grading becomes everything, because without certification from PCGS or NGC, this coin has zero market credibility. And with certification, it becomes a centerpiece coin capable of rewriting price guides overnight. Verified auction. Records show that rare transitional and experimental Roosevelt dimes from the mid-1960s have sold for prices exceeding $100,000, and specialists estimate that a confirmed 1965 S Roosevelt dime could command an extreme high price between $200,000 and $500,000 depending on condition. Error versions with authentication could realistically reach values from $10,000 to $50,000, especially if combined with special mint set surfaces or dramatic striking anomalies. If you believe you have found one, do not clean it, do not alter it, and do not sell it locally, because proper steps include submitting it directly to PCGS or NGC, and consulting major United States marketplaces such as Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, Great Collections, and certified listings on eBay through their authenticity program. Collectors hunt coins like this because they represent history frozen in metal, moments when the mint was experimenting, transitioning, and adapting under pressure, and that is what creates legendary value. Now it is your turn to act. Check your dimes carefully, learn the weight, study the details, trust professional grading, and always verify before you celebrate, because knowledge is the real treasure in coin collecting. Today, you will uncover the real story behind the United States of America Roosevelt Dime 1967 S mint mark, a coin surrounded by confusion, mystery, and misunderstood value, and by the end of this video you will know exactly why some examples are ordinary while others become highly desirable collector treasures. The year 1967 sits at a fascinating moment in United States coin history, because the nation had just removed silver from circulating dimes, quarters, and half dollars, and the public was still adjusting to a completely new metal composition. During this period, the United States Mint did not place mint marks on regular circulation coins, but proof coins struck specifically for collectors were still produced at the San Francisco Mint, which is exactly why the S mint mark on a 1967 Roosevelt dime immediately tells you this coin was made with special care. This Roosevelt dime features President Franklin Delano Roosevelt on the obverse, a tribute to his leadership and his role in founding the March of Dimes, while the reverse displays the Torch of Liberty flanked by olive and oak branches symbolizing peace and strength. The official weight of the 1967 Roosevelt dime is approximately 2.27 grams, and the diameter measures about 17.91 millimeters. And these precise specifications are critical when identifying authentic examples and potential errors. The standard composition is a copper core sandwiched between layers of copper nickel, and unlike earlier Roosevelt dimes, there is absolutely no silver content, which is why condition, rarity, and errors become the true drivers of value. most 1967's Roosevelt dimes were struck as proof coins, meaning they were made with polished dies and specially prepared planchets, resulting in mirror-like fields and frosted devices that collectors love. However, not all proof coins are created equal, and this is where the story becomes exciting, because certain varieties, deep cameo contrasts, and rare minting mistakes can turn an ordinary proof dime into a serious money coin. One of the first things you must look for is the strength and clarity of the S mint mark, because weak strikes, filled mint marks, or unusual shapes can signal a rare variety or mint error worth professional evaluation. You should also carefully examine the surfaces for double dies, especially in the lettering of Liberty, Indiana God We Trust. And the date, because genuine doubling caused by the die itself is far more valuable than machine doubling. Another powerful value booster is a dramatic off-center strike, clipped planchet, or wrong planchet error, and while these are rare for proof coins, verified examples have stunned collectors at major auctions. Grading is absolutely critical for this coin, because a difference of just one grade point can separate a modest collectible from a high-demand registry quality piece that commands strong premiums. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC authenticate the coin, confirm proof status, and assign grades such as Proof 68, Proof 69, or the elusive Proof 70, which is where the real money begins. Verified auction records show that pristine Proof 69 deep cameo examples of the 1967's Roosevelt dime have sold for prices reaching several $100s, with top results around $500 in competitive bidding, the highest. Confirmed auction prices for nearly perfect Proof 70 examples have crossed the $1,000 level, especially when appeal and strong cameo contrast are present. When rare mint errors are involved, such as a dramatic off-metal strike or a confirmed double die proof, expert estimates suggest values can range from $2,000 to as high as $5,000 depending on severity and demand. Some specialists even speculate that a unique, undiscovered major error combined with top proof grade could reach an extreme high price estimate near $10,000 in the right auction environment. Market demand for high-grade Roosevelt dimes remains strong because collectors build complete proof sets, registry competitors chase perfection, and modern proof coins continue to gain respect in the numismatic world. If you believe you have a valuable example, you should never clean the coin, never polish it, and never store it loosely, because surface damage can instantly destroy collector value. For selling, trusted United States marketplaces include Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers Galleries, Great Collections, and verified online platforms like eBay. When paired with professional grading and clear documentation, coin hunting knowledge is power, and understanding mint marks, proof characteristics, weight, diameter, and error diagnostics is exactly how collectors turn small dimes into big opportunities. The 1967's Roosevelt dime proves that value is not always about silver, but about rarity, condition, history, and the hidden details most people overlook. If this video helped you see this coin in a completely new way, make sure you like this video, share it with fellow collectors, comment with your questions or discoveries, and subscribe to Coins News Daily for honest knowledge and real coin stories every single day.